Welcome back to Mona's Take. I am your host, Mona Rose, and we are here to talk about everything reality TV. Tonight's episode is going to be on Big Brother live feeds. We had the wall comp Thursday night. We got to watch that play out on the live feeds. So if you don't want any spoilers, if you do not want to know who won HOH, if you do not want to know who was nominated, wait to watch Sunday night show. Yeah, tomorrow night show. And then come back and watch the video. But everybody else, just buckle up because it's been a wild time in the Big B house. They are finally playing Big Brother. So let's get into it. So for the wall competition, Suri was the first one out. Cam is giving commentary the whole time. Nobody is happy because he's just steadily running his mouth the whole time the comp is going on. It's 15 minutes in. Jared already looks like he's hurting. He looks like he ain't gonna last. We'll see. Second one out is Miss Felicia. She did pretty good. She lasted a little bit. None of them lasted as long as what the wall comp normally lasts. I think Taylor had 46 minutes last year. It didn't last that long this time. So Felicia was second out. America was third. Now, I thought when the wall comp came around that America was going to get it. I just knew she was going to be our HOH this week. But no, she was the third out. I just need Jared and Blue to drop. I don't care if anybody else drops. Those two drop, I'm golden. Alright, at this point, Corey's not looking good either. He's struggling. Mimi is fourth out. Corey is fifth. Jag is sixth. So it left Bowie, Blue, and Jared on the wall. I am praying for Bowie at this moment because I do not want Blue or Jag to win HOH. But just as I'm saying my little prayer, please, please, please don't let them win. Bowie and Blue about simultaneously both fell off the wall. I think Blue did first and then Bowie, or Bowie and Blue, but it was like within a second. So they might as well fell at the same time. So, our new HOH is Jared. So, Jared is our new HOH. And he's pissed at just about everybody in the house because his lies were exposed. Corey exposed a lot of Jared's lies. America exposed a lot of stuff to Cameron. And then they had the whole big blow up between him and Corey in front of Jag and Matt and Sari and Bowie. I think that's the only ones that were in there. So they had this big blow up. So everybody ganged up on Corey. Basically, we'll say everybody. Sari and Jared ganged up on Corey. Called him out, said he was lying. He wasn't lying. But Jared has a way of gaslighting people. So he's not happy. Blue is in a separate room and she's bawling her eyes out. And she's talking to Jag about Jared and how he isolated her and how he made her think that Jag had turned against her and that's why she turned against him. And made her think that Jag had backstabbed her. And that's why she lost faith in their relationship. And all of these lies that came out, she didn't know any of it. And so at this moment, she's upset that he broke up the friendship between her and Jag. But she's pissed that she thought she was in on everything and wasn't. Now remember, she knows about Sari. She knows that Sari is Jared's mother. So we'll see if she does anything with it. At this point, she hasn't, but who knows? You know what they say about a woman scorned. She said, she's talking to Jag, and she said, dude, if this whole blow up hadn't happened and I would have won HOH, I would have put your ass on the block and you would have been my target. That's how bad he made me turn against you. All of the lies that they told me, I would have put you on the block and you would have been my freaking target. She's upset. She said, I'm so pissed at Jared, I can't even look at him right now. So Jag is realizing why him and Blue got separated. He's realizing that it was Jared. Now remember, Jared did the same thing with Red and Cameron. Broke up a very good friendship. So Jag is starting to realize all of this. And America joins the conversation. And Jag talks about the 10-0 vote. And Blue said, I knew that I was staying long before the vote ever happened. Everybody in the house told me I was staying, that you were the target. And so they're starting to compare, everybody in the house is starting to compare notes. We'll see how it goes. So now Blue's, I don't know who she's working with. I don't know if she's going to be with Jared. I don't know if she's going to be with them. I don't know at this moment. But she's saying that whatever information she finds out, that she's going to bring back to Jag in America. She apologizes to America for going after her and said it's because of the stuff everybody on the other side of the house was telling me. Now, the thing with her, we've already seen with Blue that she can cry on a dime. She can make herself cry. She is a very good actress, and she makes it believable. I saw her do it with Cam. She came out and talked about how she turned the waterworks on. So, but I don't know if this is real or not. Time will tell in a couple of days, but I don't know. Corey and Jag talk. They have two separate jobs. They're going to separate from each other. Corey's job is to get closer to Cameron and make Jared think that him and America and Cameron are a trio. While Jag's job is to get close to Jared and tell Jared that, dude, all of the holes that were in Corey's story during the big blow up, I don't trust him now. I don't believe him. It was, he said that America didn't know until that day. And then America turned around and told me that she'd known for 3 weeks that Corey told her, or that Izzy told her. So he's pointing out the different holes that could be in Corey's story if everybody didn't know the truth. So he's kissing up to Jared to make Jared think that he doesn't trust Corey anymore. So they're going to separate. So Jared gets his HOH room. He reads his letter. It's from his brother. As soon as he gets done reading his letter, he shows a few of his snacks, and he's like, all right, I'm tired. Everybody get out. I'm going to bed. We'll talk tomorrow. Everybody but Blue leaves. Well, then him and Blue go downstairs. I'm like, they start gathering up stuff, I guess, to take to the HOH room. I don't know. But Jared goes to talking to people. Like, why did you just kick everybody out of your room if you're going to have talks? So why not do it in the HOH room where it's you have a little bit more privacy? But that's what he chose to do. Corey says that Saria's pissed at him. Oh, they're in the bathroom talking. He's telling Cameron and everybody that's in the bathroom that Corey he said that Saria's pissed at him for being a part of getting Izzy out and turning on her and bringing her into it. But he's going to have to work on her and see if he can mend that relationship. Corey recaps the blow up between him and Jerry to America and Cameron. He said it was funny to watch. He goes into a little bit of detail and, says at one point Corey was yelling at him and Jerry told him he was going to have to lower his tone talking to him because he was getting too loud. And Corey, pissed off, yelling, said, "What are you talking about? You've been yelling at me for 20 minutes and now you want me to lower my goddamn tone?" He went off. I mean, they had a heated fight. Corey would say, "You said this," and Jerry would say, "I don't know who said that," and Corey would be like, "You said that." "No, I didn't." So they brought out all the alliances, the seven deadly sins, the for real, the bye-bye bitches, the everything that everybody knew about the professors, all of that came out. And Corey's saying, "You told me this or you told me that." "No, I didn't." And they're going back and forth. So he's recapping that to Cameron and America and telling them that it was pretty funny now that he thinks about it. Jared and Matt go to talk in the have-not room. Again, why not use your HOH room? I don't know. So they go to talk in the have-not room. Jared asks about Jag, and he asks what Matt thinks. He's like, "Can I trust him, dude? Do I keep him around?" And Matt says, "I think you can trust him for now." He said, "I would keep him around for a little bit." He said, "And then when the time is right, then I'd kick him to the curb, but not right now, but in a couple of weeks." Jerry tells Matt that he's going to have fun grilling people tomorrow. And this is the thing with Jared. Jared does a lot of big talking. Sorry, guys. He does a lot of big talking. I'm going to say this and I'm going to do that. And then when the time comes, he doesn't do it. He's one of those that just irritates the shit out of me. If you're going to say something, if you're going to do something, do it. If you want to crawl up somebody's ass, you crawl up somebody's ass. But don't tell me you're going to crawl up somebody's ass and then when they come in, you're all sweet and nice and you don't say a damn thing. I can't stand that. The next, Jared talks to Jack downstairs, and all of these are community areas. I don't know why he's doing this, but he goes down to talk to Jag, and he asks him how he's feeling. And Jag said, "Did Corey say? Did Corey say that America only found out about the 7 deadly sins like a couple of days ago or yesterday? But she told me she knew about it 3 weeks ago." So he's starting to play his part. He's doing it well. He's actually pretty damn believable that he has turned against Corey. He says he doesn't trust Corey. And it sounds like at this point that Jag is that Jared is believing him. All these J's are getting to me. It sounds like at this point that Jared is buying it. So we'll see. The next conversation is between Jared and Blue. This one gets a bit heated. He talks to Blue and he rehashes the fight between him and Corey again. Recaps it to her. Blue said, "I was told you have an alliance with 3 other people." He does have an alliance with 3 other people, or he did. It was Izzy, Sari, Felicia, and him. And then he has the one with Sari, Felicia, Mimi, and him. There's two. He has 2 fours. She knows about one of them. So she said, I heard you had an alliance with 3 other people. And Jared said, don't play games. Just tell me who told you this shit. And she's like, she kind of looks at him, and he starts explaining that it's all shit Corey's making up, and says, okay, what else have you been told, and by who? And she says, that's not even important. And he snaps back at her. And he says, bro, don't start this shit with me, because it makes me not able to trust you. What does this sound like? Typical gaslighter. I know he hasn't hit anybody, he hasn't beat a woman, any of that. But that's what it makes me think of. When a woman's in an abusive relationship, whether it be verbally, mentally, physically, whatever, the abuser always makes it her fault. You made me do this. A cheater. Well, what are you doing? What did you do to make me do? They always turn it back on the person. And that's the type of person that Jared strikes me as. I can't stand him almost as much as I can't stand Monty, but I figure at the end of the season, they'll probably be a close tie. If you guys remember last year, I hated Monty. I couldn't stand him. I wanted to just jump through the screen at a lot of times that I couldn't. And that's kind of how I feel with Jared at the moment. It's like, dude, it's not her fault. You lied to her. You're going to tell her now that you can't trust her when you've been lying to her this whole game? Really? You're going to tell her that Sari is your mother, but you're not going to tell her about all these other side deals you're doing? Doesn't sound like he has her back as much as he would like her to think. And she says, that's fine. And he said, that's fine that I can't trust you? She said, no, I wanted to talk to you first. Then I'll talk to other people. Then I'll get back to you. And he sits there with this confused look on his face. Like, what are you saying? And he's just sitting there with this confused look on his face. And says, yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. That doesn't freaking sit well with me at all. She starts questioning everything and says, do you know how crazy this shit sounds? And he says, no, it's not that crazy. It's remedial at best. Dude, you're in 6 or 7 different alliances that you haven't told Blue about, and that's remedial? I would hate to see what crazy looks like in his world. He's still lying through his teeth, says everything. He's still lying through his teeth. She said, everything I told America was a lie, and y'all went back and told Corey. And now America's calling me out on it because she's saying, why did you lie to me? And she knows that it had to be either Sari or Jerry. She said, I thought I could trust Izzy. Now, there's a lot of stuff coming out that Izzy told Corey as well. So that's why I gladly vote to evict Izzy. That's why she was so adamant about it, because she had found out that Izzy had been telling stuff that she had told to Izzy. She said, I thought I could trust Izzy, but found out I couldn't. She says that that's all I have to worry. Is that all I have to worry about? So she's saying, I trusted Izzy. I found out that I shouldn't. Is that all I had to worry about from our group? Do I have to worry about Sari? She said, I'm assuming I don't have to worry about you lying to me. that I can trust you, but what about Suri? She starts questioning that. And he says, okay, I see where this is going. He said, Suri doesn't talk to America. And she says, it's not just America, it's everybody else too. And he says, I don't get it. Izzy is gone. Why are we still talking about this? She's like, dude, maybe because it just happened? You can't make this shit up. He's good at gaslighting. He is, and I mean, he's still giving shout outs to his girlfriend at home, Kenzie, telling her how much he loves her and all of this, and he's sleeping with Boo. I don't get it. He tells her that her avoiding him after the comp was bullshit, and that he really didn't like that, and that really pissed him off. And she says, well, I had to calm down. I didn't want to come at you sideways. And the only way for me not to go off and come at you sideways was to calm down. So that's what I did. She was pretty upset. She was bawling. So at that point, he's staring into silence. She's looking at him. They're both silent. 20 minutes goes by, not a word is said. It's just dead still, him staring off into space. And they call Blue down to the diary room. Oh, it's like, I don't know how that's going to end. But he's got the damn nerve to be pissed at her because she caught him in his lies. That boy needs a good ass whooping from his mama. That's what he needs. He needs to be put in shape because that's bull. I have never in my life, I'm going to say never in my life, I don't like him. I don't like him. I didn't like Monty for the same reason. Like, how do they find these guys? Well, I know how they found him because of Suri, but... And that's the only reason he's probably on the show. It's because of Suri. Alright, the next is Matt and Blue, and they meet, and they're both doubting Jared. Blue says both sides of the house needs us. So as long as we stick together, me, you, and America, we can go further. We are down to 6 votes, so we are 3 of the votes. So she's saying as long as me and you and America stick together, we're golden. Jared and Corey talk. Now, Jared's been telling everybody how he's going to rip Corey a new one. He's going to rip Cameron a new one, which he does neither of those things. Jared tells Corey that he didn't feel like he had to win because Corey didn't do what he set out to do yesterday. He's like, I didn't feel like I had to win. You think you did something yesterday? You didn't do anything yesterday. It's very condescending, but not heated. Jared says that Cameron is still the target and it will be Corey and America will be on the block. Jared says he heard Cameron call Izzy classless, and he's going to show Cameron what classless is. If you remember, whenever Izzy was leaving, Cameron went to give her a hug and she pushed him back and said, don't worry about it, Piggy, I'll see you soon. Or something to that effect. And I think she called Corey Pipsqueak or something. And so Cameron was going off in the bathroom about how classless that was and that this is a game and that whatever happens in here is game, whatever. And in Corey's defense, he was trying to defend Izzy. He's like, look, I get it. I told her all week that I was keeping her. She was a good friend of mine. I turned against her. I understand why she's pissed at me. That's, to me, not classless. So Jared's saying he's going to show him what classless is. Corey leaves. Felicia comes in. And Jared talks about how he chewed Corey up. Dude, no you didn't. I swear to God, he's a habitual liar. Suri and Jag talk. And he's playing his part well. He's telling her the same thing that he told Jared, that he's not trusting Corey now, and that he saw holes in Corey's story, and that he believes Jared over Corey, and yada, yada, yada. He's playing it up. Jared and America talk, and he tells her that there's no trust with her. Absolutely none. But that Cameron is the target. He says, I feel like what Corey tried to do yesterday was very distasteful. And if Cameron wins the veto, shit's going to get sketchy. So I figure that if Cameron wins the veto, I'm figuring that, I don't know, I think they'll send Corey home because he's the better player, but we'll see. But America's good in her rights too, because she's the one that flipped that whole house for the Izzy vote. She's the one that started it. So we'll see. All Corey did yesterday was show everyone that he can't be trusted because he's willing to blow up somebody's game when he doesn't get his way. He's still trying to call Corey a liar. Like the whole time he's talking to America, it's all about Corey. Every bit of it. None of it's about her. It's all Corey. He keeps saying that he's going to chop Cameron up when he gets in there. Bowie comes in and she's the next to talk to him. He tells Bowie right away, you're not going up. Don't worry about it. Cameron is my target. I'm not putting you up. You won't be a replacement. Yada, yada. I want to work with you. I'm rebuilding, the people that I'm working with because everything's gone to shit. I don't trust anybody. And so, I need you, basically. I want to work with you. And Bowie says, cool, out. He does tell her that Corey in America is going on the block and that Cameron is the target. He said he wants to work with Bowie. She leaves. The next conversation is Cameron. I've been waiting for this conversation between him and Cameron. Jared says, bro, I feel like you done me dirty. Cam said, I feel like you were, and you did do me dirty. Or you were, and you have done me dirty. You were going to, and have done me dirty, is what he said. Sorry. I get tongue-tied sometimes. And Jared said, I haven't. And yeah, you know about the red situation. Cam said, yeah, tell me what happened, because... Cam said, yeah, tell me what happened, because that's where I feel you done me dirty. First off, before we get down that path, man, first off, great job on the HOH. Not one person expected you to win it. I love the little jabs that he takes. And Jared said, I know, I felt that. And Cam said, I feel like I lost my third friend yesterday. Cam said, I feel like I lost my third friend this week. I know you're sharp, and I feel like I just lost another friend and found out that it's all a lie. That it was all a game, and that you were just playing me. Jared said, bro, I know what you mean. I thought we were at a place that nobody could taint our relationship. Bitch, nobody did taint your relationship. You did it when you broke up him and Red's friendship. I lied to Red. And he said it was like it happened overnight, and I don't know what happened. Jared is still saying that, oh, we've always had an honest relationship. That's what he's trying to sell to Cameron. Cameron's eyes are open. And as much as I dislike Cameron too, I dislike Jared more. If I had to choose between those two to go home, I would want Jared to go home. Just saying. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but that's beginning to be my opinion. I actually am starting to like Cameron in the house. Jared said, we always had an honest relationship. And Cam said, let's get to it then. How did the whole Red thing happen? And Jared said, I don't know, bro. I spoke with Red, and he asked me what you said about him personally, and I said nothing. That you never said anything bad about him personally. You just said that if you won the veto, that if I didn't put you on the block and you won the veto, you wouldn't take him off. That's not what was said. But then Jared doubles down and says, and I know Red's watching, and he can back me up on this, and maybe someday y'all can speak about it and figure out what happened, but I'm not here to prove myself anymore. Jared said, I've tried to prove myself from the beginning, and people are just going to feel how they feel, not doing it anymore. And Cam said, okay, what were you going to tell me when you kept Felicia? When you kept Izzy? What were you going to tell me when you voted Felicia out? And Jared said, we didn't have the votes. That's like the oldest line in the book. I'm like, Cameron knows. He is not, Cameron's not a dumb man. And Jared's trying to play him like he is now. And it's not working because his eyes are finally open. Alright, we're getting down to the end. Got a couple more left. Cam tries to make a deal. Tells him, if you allow me to stay, I'll provide you safety next week. I've got a little girl. If you let me get to the jury, you got to vote in the jury. Basically, Cameron offers him his whole game. Just keep me in, don't send me home. Because he knows. He knows he's the target. And he knows that he's not going on the block. He knows it's going to be a backdoor. So he's praying that he gets to play veto. And I am too, which means he probably won't. But, depending on who wins that veto, nominations could stay the same. So we'll see. Okay, the next conversation is between Jared and Blue, and he's sucking up to her big time. I don't know what happened after he went back to the HOH room last night because nothing ever got shown. Or night before last. But he's sucking up to her, and he's telling her, oh, I got you. I should have made sure you knew everything. I should have made sure how important you were to me. I should have thought about your feelings last night and not been so harsh. And he's just sucking up and promising her that it'll never happen again. She'll always know everything, and yada, yada, yada. And says, I promise there will never be a time you will look back and I gave you my game. You are my Izzy now. Well, you just voted your Izzy out. Because I'm going to tell you now, if I am that close to someone, I don't care if I'm on the wrong side of the damn vote. It should have been a 5-4. Everybody should have voted, or 6-4, whatever. It should have been, everybody vote where you want to vote. Not, oh, the house is flipping. Okay, I'm going to be on the right side of the vote. What happened to playing your own game? I don't get it. That pisses me off. She starts crying and says, then you came at me and called me selfish. And I'm like, dude, I could really be selfish right now. So she knows about Jared and Sari. And she's telling him, I could have really, without saying it, she's saying, I could have really blown up your game. And you're calling me selfish? So evidently they had more of a fight after they got back in the HOH room last night that they didn't show us. Jared and Sari finally talked. He made sure she was the last one. Sari keeps bringing up the fact every time somebody says something about Jag. Well, y'all remember now, he used that power on Jag. He's the one that saved Jag. He saved Jag because he trusted you enough to tell you that he had the power and that he won, that he played and then he won and didn't know what to do with it. And you convinced him to save Jag. You convinced the House to make sure that everybody voted for Jag because if it wasn't a unanimous vote, it didn't work. Sari did all that, but she keeps bringing it up to everybody. Y'all remember now, you can't trust Matt because Matt saved Jag. I mean, she's good. She's playing the game. Oh. So Suri and Jared, they compare notes on Jag, and Suri's telling him what Jag told her, and he's like, yeah, that's the same thing he told me, so they're both trusting him now. So, on the block is America and Corey, of course. So, for the veto this week, there'll be Jared, America, and Corey, and then 3 others. And I'm really, really, really hoping that it will be Blue. I don't know. I don't know who I want it to be. I don't want right now any of the 3 of them to go home, but I know that one of those 3 will go home this week. Unfortunately. Unless something major changes. But we'll see. So right now that catches you up. I'm sure they're going to play the veto sometime today. I have a birthday party going on today in about an hour. So I'm going to get this edited, get it up and posted. And I will see you guys probably. I'll probably do another video Sunday night after the show. It'll either be Sunday night or Monday morning. So that's what I have for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything I have coming up. And as always, guys, have a great weekend and much love.